Hey, what's up guys? I'm Tommy and welcome to TomyTek Outdoors. Today I'm going to show you how to make a Snood bait holder for a crab trap. So stay tuned. So if you're new to my channel and you like fishing, crabbing, kayaking, boating, or just spending quality time with family and friends outdoors, consider subscribing to my channel by clicking that red subscribe button below and click that notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. Alright guys, so today I'm going to show you how to make a Snood bait holder for crab traps. As you can see here, I have a couple of different traps. I have topless traps, box traps, and then even a ring trap here. You can use it in pretty much any trap. I actually did show you this in a previous video where I showed you how I rigged my ring trap, but I wanted to show you guys how to do this in more detail. But if you'd like to check out that video, I'll provide it in a link above. But the real nice thing about having the Snood bait holder as opposed to something like using string or zip ties is that you can use it over and over again, and it is easy to bait and unbait. You can do it really quick. Whereas, you know, with string, you know, it takes time to actually cut the string, put the string in, tie the chicken on, and the same thing with zip ties. But this, it's actually very easy to bait and unbait. But so right now I'm gonna take you guys in a little bit closer to show you guys the materials that I use and then how to make it. So let me go ahead and do that now. All right, so now I'm gonna show you guys what you need to make this Snood bait holder or bungee bait holder. You're gonna need some bungee. This is 1/8 inch bungee, which is the same bungee that I actually like to use when I make my snoods for my trot line or snood line, which I'm going to show you another video on how to make that, so stay tuned for that video as well. And then you're also going to need some fuel hose, and this is a 3/16 inch diameter fuel hose here. And then tools you're gonna need are just, you know, a pair of scissors, and then you're also gonna need a lighter, and then also forget what this is called, but this is like used for crocheting or whatever, so like a crochet needle, if that is what this is called. But I'll provide a link to what this is in the description below. But so here's an example of one of the Snood bait holders I made. As you can see, all it really is just the bungee here, and then you've got the piece of fuel line that's that both bungees go through, and then you just have knots on the top just to prevent it from sliding all the way off. So that's pretty much all it is. So what I'm gonna do now is cut off a length of bungee. It's probably, I don't know, 8 to 6 inches or so. I'm actually gonna use this kind of as a guide, so I'll make it a little bit longer. And then actually I'll measure this out for you guys, show you how long it actually is. So we're gonna say about this much, just to kind of copy this other one. That's kind of a template, sort of. So use about that much. So now I'm just gonna cut it right here. And then the reason why you need the lighter is that when you cut the bungee, these ends right here, they actually fray. So right here you can see, I don't know if you can really see that, but they kind of fray. So what I'm gonna do is burn this so that it melts down and won't fray anymore. You can see this end probably a little better. So I'm just gonna take the lighter and then just heat this in for a little bit. You actually see it melt down as you put the fire on it. And that's all you need, actually. It cools off pretty quick. You can actually feel the ends to actually harden up, and then there should be no more fraying in it anymore. If you do see some sticking out, I think this one actually had a little bit, just apply a little bit more heat. Just don't overdo it, because you can make this outer jacket or whatever this is called come back too far. So, but now we should be good to go. And then to make the bungee part, we're gonna need a little piece of fuel hose, and you know, you just need a small piece. As you can see here, this is maybe, I don't know, 1/4 inch wide, maybe a little more than that, but I'm just gonna eyeball it. You're gonna need some heavy duty scissors to cut the fuel hose. So I'm just gonna cut a small length right here. So I've got the fuel hose right here now. Now, you need to get the bungee through the fuel hose. And so this side goes in just fine, but now we need to get this other side in. The only problem is that this is so snug, it's really hard to get this through there. Like, you can't really push it through. So that's when this crochet hook or crochet needle, whatever, comes in handy. So what you're gonna do is, so the snoods are gonna come out, or the ends are gonna come out on this end right here, going that way. So I'm gonna put the needle through this end, because I'm going to pull now the other end through the bungee here. So what you do is you take the little end here, and then you're gonna take the crochet needle, and then you're gonna pull it through. So just make sure you have just enough on there to pull it through. So that's, hopefully I'll be able to do this without knocking over the tripod. So now I'm gonna just take it, kind of have to wiggle it through a little bit. Yeah, so I'm already through there. So now you can see right here, I've already got the crochet hook through there already. Oop, let's get that down. Then all I gotta do is just continue until I pull it all the way through. It's be a little difficult at times. Let's see. There you go. So now I've pulled it through, and now all I have to do is make my knots on the ends here. So I'm gonna make one knot on this side. I'll pull this fuel hose down first. Oops. So just make a knot on this end. Just a small knot, and just cinch it down. So I'm gonna tighten that up, like so, and then do the same thing on the other end. Then we're gonna cinch it down. And that is the Snood bungee. So now I'm going to show you how to attach this to a trap. I'll show you two different ways. I did kind of show it to you in my previous video where I showed you how to rig a ring trap. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to show you how to do it again, but I'm going to actually do it on a topless trap. So let me go grab a topless trap real quick. Alright guys, so here's one of my topless traps. As you can see, it already has a bungee in here. This actually is a thicker bungee. It's I think 3/16 inch. And it is actually attached the way I'm going to show you. And so here's the one we just created. It's the 1/8 inch. So if you're going to make a whole bunch of these, and just ahead of time, you can go ahead and make these and then attach it using a zip tie like this one. But I'm going to show you another way where you don't have to use a zip tie. But let's go ahead and show the zip tie. So all I'm going to do is, as you can see here, let me zoom in if I can. You can see right here, there's kind of a cross where the wire crosses. So what I'm going to do is just take the zip tie, and then we're gonna go through this cross area. Just gonna pull this up like so, and then let me make sure I get the locking piece up. So here's the locking piece. So what I'm gonna do now is just take the bungee, run it through like so. Let's see, let me see the best place. This one close this way. Yeah, that's perfect. So just get the bungee through, and then we're just gonna zip tie it down like so. Just don't make it too tight because you want it to kind of be able to swing a little bit. All right, so when you want to bait your line, all you gotta do is just take your baits. Just imagine this is like a chicken neck, or actually even a clam bag. You can use a clam bag in this fashion as well, but just put it right through. And then all you gotta do is take the 2 knots here, and then all you're gonna do is right here, you're gonna just take the fuel line part, or I call it a snubber, and then just pull it all the way down. And then when you do that, that's snug in there. It's not gonna go anywhere. So when you're done for the day, to unbait, all you have to do is take the snubber or the fuel line piece, just hold the chicken neck down to your bait, and just pull up. It's open, and then boom, you're done. So this is a very nice, easy bait holder option to use. Again, it's great because it's reusable, and you know, it's quick and easy to use. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off, and I'll show you the way I would do it without using the zip tie. Okay, so now I have a section of bungee that I cut out, and then I have another piece of fuel hose that I cut as well. So now I'm gonna do this without the zip tie. So instead, like I did with the zip tie, I'm gonna take the bungee and actually go underneath. We're gonna go, under the trap and then back through the top, or I'm sorry, back through it, so that the bungee is now attached to the trap. I'm actually gonna use this cross section, this big X here. So this is like right in the middle of the trap. So I'm just gonna go right underneath here, and then I'm gonna pull it back through. So now the bungee is actually all the way underneath and back out, so it's attached to the trap now. Now all I gotta do is take the fuel line here. I'm gonna just slip that right on here. So now the fuel line's right here, as you can see. Now I gotta get the other side of the bungee back through the fuel line. So that's when it's gotta go back through here. It's when that crochet hook, or whatever that thing's called, comes in handy. So now I'm gonna go through the fuel line here. Zoom a little bit so you can see a little better. So I'm just gonna take the hook. We're gonna go through the fuel hose. And then now take the other piece of the bungee. And we're gonna, you can see how I have just a small piece under the hook, just so I can pull it through. So now I'm gonna just wiggle this through. Sorry about the beep. Again, this is the hardest part of everything. All right, got it through. So now Now you can see I've got the fuel hose, or the bungee through both fuel hoses. So now all I gotta do is tie a knot on each of the ends of these bungees. Snug this down to the other side. Snug it down. And that's it. We're good to go. So that's how to attach it without using a zip tie. All right, so that is how you make a snood or bungee bait holder for a crab trap. Really prefer using this method just because it's a lot easier to bait and unbait a crab trap. And then also they're reusable, so you can just leave them in your trap. You don't have to worry about bringing string or zip ties for your traps because they're already going to be in there. It's also more environmentally friendly, so you don't have to worry about throwing away anything. And again, they can be used in pretty much any types of traps, from box traps to topless traps, and then also ring traps or whatever your preference is. But make sure you stay tuned because I'm actually going to be showing you guys how I make the snoods that I use on my snood lines. They're a little bit different from what you usually find in the stores. I haven't seen too many stores actually sell them this way. With this type of snood, you can actually not bait, but you can actually unbait your snood line much faster. So make sure you stay tuned for that video. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe for future videos. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.